this is one of the lessons that need to come in, because this is something that is constantly being reflected to you. And this is something that Spirit wants you to finally just embrace and appreciate and understand how far you've come, things that have brought you to this current moment, and just valuing yourself. Welcome to today's reading, where we will be taking a look at soul mirroring. Blood Moon Oracle is our station, our channel here. Welcome, like, share, comment, subscribe if you have yet to subscribe. And thank you for joining today as we're talking about this form of self-reflection called mirroring. This is a sure, quick way to see ourselves, to possibly see a deeper aspect of what's going on inside that's being reflected within the what we're seeing outside of ourselves. And of course, this is something that's happening within each and every one of us. It does involve being really conscious of self, kind of like from a third person perspective. This is taking a look and being aware of emotions, behavior, language, actions, energetic exchanges from different points of views, and all residing outside of self. It's taking a look at that. This is a way to become more conscious of how our words and our actions are interacting with the environment or a specific situation or anything else outside of ourselves that causes some type of feeling internally. And all of these things, these encounters, actually tell us things about ourselves through, the information that comes out through reflection. Sometimes it's just calling our attention to things to let go of, or things that we need to continue to do because they're good. And sometimes it's helping us to be in a very free-flowing state, especially when it comes to things that bring in a sense of harmony and balance for us, that lead us to truth and alignment with what we would call love, the energy of love. And anything in the opposite, that's leading us towards like fear or being out of alignment, that causes blocks and internal stagnation or knots, right? It's bringing that up as well, so we'll know what to move away from or what to resolve. And so that's where we're taking a look at today. We'll be using the light and shadow deck from two different perspectives. You are going to be the shadow, and then them will be the light. And so let's go ahead and shuffle our decks to get ready. Thank you for joining today. So go ahead and get your person in your mind as we shuffle the energy of the decks. We're going to pour our intention in right here. As you get your person in your mind, and I want you to picture yourself right beside that person that's in your mind. And as I'm shuffling, we're going to ask Spirit to just reveal, okay? When it comes to mirroring, This is a beautiful way also to learn the energy of respect between two people. Respecting each other's boundaries or individuality. This is a great way to learn about that too. And that comes by way of being aware of what that is, okay? So let's go ahead and take a look here. Again, this is you, and this is them. Let's see. So we're going to start with you. What's on your mind right now? What is on my viewer's mind right now? Please and thank you, Spirit. All right. So we have the Queen of Wands here. And so I'm feeling like what could be on your mind is this could be a person. This could also be the energy that you're in right now. The Queen of Wands is usually carries powerful leadership energy. Someone who could be strong, theatrically, very generous, sometimes to a fault. You could be actually thinking of something that you've shared or something that you want to share, possibly being a support in some type of way. There's a high level of integrity that shows up in the Queen of Wands. I feel like you could be wanting to do things in a certain way. And this could have something to do with providing options or opening doors for others, or this could be for someone else specifically. Right now on your mind, you're very spiritually minded, wanting to actually guide and represent the energy of love, possibly even providing some type of advice to those that you run across on your path. So you may be thinking of providing that energy to someone. And this could be who you have on your mind, the energy that you're thinking of stepping into. But the Queen of Wands is very high level energy. And it's almost like wanting to provide a level of support or thinking of someone who can provide that energy for you. And this is almost like the energy that you're seeing yourself in. How do they see you? Oh, they see you as the Nine of Cups. Whoever you have on your mind right now, who you're thinking about, is seeing you in the Nine of Cups energy. Now, the Nine of Cups energy is full of wisdom. They see you as someone who is kind of like an all-around treat, or like a cornucopia of truth. Someone very resourceful from experience, both in a worldly aspect and also in a spiritual aspect as well. Yeah. There may even be they may see you as kind of delving in between those two worlds, spiritual and physical. But they see you as possibly something to be desired and something to tread carefully with. because there is the possibility that you could be easily lost. So they see you as something very valuable and something to be careful with. And I can't help but think of something that you would hold very dear that you probably would not use very often, and you wouldn't handle it often because it's so sacred, right? And seen as something very delicate even. And they're also seeing you as very successful and almost like as a gift. The Nine of Cups is many times thought of as the wish fulfillment. And so it's almost like they're seeing you in the energy of a dream come true or some type of gift coming in that could possibly provide a solution to difficulties. Also being like a fulfillment of one's deepest hopes and wishes and dreams. Yeah. They are seeing you in a position of winning. When they think of you or look at you, you provide this energy of success or victory. But something definitely to be careful with, because the energy is so potent that it's seen as something that can easily set someone off balance, right? Definitely wish fulfillment, but something that needs to be handled with delicacy. Okay. Let's take a look and see what you're feeling right now. Oh. So I feel like with the sun showing up here, the sun is one of the happiest cards in the deck. So it almost feels like there could possibly be a lot of good feelings, a lot of positive feelings. You could feel actually like you are successful in spite of conflict, in spite of opposition. And because of that, there's this extra level of excitement that's added to this energy of success. And also feeling very knowledgeable. This could be for someone, possibly feeling like you're in maybe a downturn or a dark time in your life, yet you're able to see clearly during this time. And able to act accordingly for the season that you're in. You're feeling equipped and a lot of clarity right now, like you see things very clearly. And so this could be a difficult time, yet you're actually feeling very triumphant in this season because you have a level of clarity with what's happening. And you could also feel like even when you are in this dark time, you're still being seen, you're being heard, your needs are being met. And so I feel like right now you feel very seen right now. Let's see what they're feeling. All right. So we have the Eight of Cups. And so for them right now, this could be Let's put the sun back on here for you. There could be a desire to move forward for them. And there could be some difficulty in doing that. There's some connection to the past that may affect that desire. And there's like a need to nourish self right now, a need to actually possibly even be a little selfish for them. They may be feeling like this is a time for them to take care of themselves. There may be questions that they're feeling a little confused about, whether to move forward or to stay where they are, or even return back to the past. The Eight of Cups talks about the opportunity to move up, but there could be difficulties in doing that. It shows some connection to the past. With the cups, cups are very emotional energy. So there could be some hesitation. And so I feel like there is the feeling like stepping into something new here, whether that's a new situation at home, stepping into a new environment, a new workplace, a new relationship. But there's some level of disappointment that seems to be a little bit overwhelming right now. They may be overcome with overwhelm in this moment as they're feeling the disappointment of the past. But I feel like there is going to be some level of good news, some information that's going to come in and possibly assist them if they are feeling like they're in that energy of feeling it's difficult to move away. Let's take a look. What are you thinking that they're feeling right now? How are you seeing them? This is the Ace of Pentacles. And what is it that they're thinking that you're feeling right now? And this is the Eight of Pentacles. And so what you're thinking that they are feeling with the Eight of Pentacles or the Ace of Pentacles on the shadow side, you're feeling like they're having some internal struggle right now. There could be a struggle with some level of material needs being met. There's some emphasis on possible money or even corruption around the idea of power and wealth. There could be a struggle happening, is how you're seeing them. That's what you think that they are experiencing or feeling, some inner struggle with power and wealth, either within themselves or it could be outside of themselves. It's just the energy of struggling with that energy of corruption around power and wealth. And that could actually look to you like they are fighting the urge to be tempted to lean into things like social norms or into things that everyone else is heavily divulged into. And as we take a look and see what it is that they are thinking that you are thinking. We have the Eight of Pentacles, or not thinking, but feeling right now. And so they could possibly be thinking that you're feeling like you are in this energy of mastery and perfection, aiming for excellence, and possibly even studying and perfecting yourself in your craft or in your studies. They could also see you being in a position of authority and actually managing others in some type of way. And being in a position of seeing things through for the best of others as well. So they see you in a position of a teacher or someone that would actually be over someone else, kind of like a manager or a supervisor. There's possibly people under you that you are responsible for. And they see you as someone who is very practical with this Eight of Pentacles, someone very careful and organized, someone who actually is able to do what they do seamlessly and with little effort. Things seem to be very smooth and easy when they look at you. And that may be just them not realizing the work and the hard effort that's being put in the background. They could also see you as possibly opening up to new possible ways of new sources of income or possible ways of making money. They could see you as someone flourishing into areas and spaces that you have not experienced yet. So on this very accelerated endeavor is how they're seeing you in your feelings right now. They're feeling that you're having these kinds of experiences. Let's take a look and see what it is that you want to happen when it comes to this person on your mind. What it is that they would like to happen. So I see the Three of Wands on the shadow side. This is taking a look at what it is that you would desire to happen. And when we look at the Three of Wands, threes talks about creating something. And so this could very much be you wanting something to happen. Wands talks about action. And there's something you're wanting to happen. There's some movement into the unexplored that you may want to happen. There's some level of discovery into fresh experiences that you may want to happen between you and this person. The wands are fire energy. Fire energy is usually the energy of movement and making things happen, moving in your power, undertaking the responsibility of making something happen. Also the energy of daring for the highest and deepest levels of commitment. Now, being that this came in on the shadow side, this is wanting to engage in the unknown. To get a little bit more clarity on which path to take. And so you may be wanting to explore. That's what this feels like. You want to explore unexperienced territory. As I'm looking at these flowers bursting, it's almost like you want to look at the different possibilities that could come from this, that could possibly come from these deeply internalized dreams, directing you towards possible fruitful collaborations. Now, taking a look at what it is that they want to happen. Now, these could be deep-seated, unconscious thoughts and feelings and attitudes between you. The Two of Serpents says that they are actually wanting any blocks that could be in a way to be removed, right? They're wanting to remove anything that would obstruct a clear pathway towards any type of progress. When I think of pentacles, which the serpents are, this could be working energy. This could be partnerships of any kind, right? Business, relationship. It could be collaborations. And it could have to do with money. Pentacles talk about money. It talks about lifestyle. It talks about materialism. But the Two of Pentacles talks about possibly having choices as well between two paths, between two directions, possibly not making the choice at this moment, even wanting to not make a choice and just keep everything, maybe juggle different things, not having to choose, but actually just keeping your options open. Maybe that is what they are wanting out of this situation, to keep their options open, but not negating the progress forward. Yeah. This person may also be thinking about writing or communicating with you in some type of way. This person may be wanting to hear from you in some type of form of communication. Two of Pentacles talks about writing. And so they could be thinking about sending an email or a text, or even writing out a physical letter, or hoping to hear from you in that way. Lastly, we're going to take a look at the outcome. What is the outcome of this situation? We have the Hanged Man, and we have the Strength card. Now, immediately the Hanged Man is saying that whatever this is not going to happen immediately. The Hanged Man is coming in on the shadow side. This is being aware of more than one possibility, and also being open to follow where either possibility may lead. And this may be realizing that the best possible course in this situation is just to do nothing. And this may not need to be seen as something negative, but just something passive. The Hangman is all about slowing down and taking a moment so that you can make the right decision. It points to a wisdom that actually transcends the issue. So there may be an outcome to this situation that brings more light, that transcends the desires of either one, the feelings, or even how you're seeing and experiencing this connection. There may even be many other opportunities coming your way. And that is why it's necessary to sit in this moment passively and be attentive to what comes up. The strength comes because it shows the ability to keep going, even when things don't look like they're working out for the best. It's almost like that sun energy on the shadow side. Feeling like you're in a dark night, nevertheless having such clarity that you can still be in a very celebratory energy because you know what's coming and you know right where you are. Not only that, when you ask for something, it is presented to you. And so it's almost like there is a direct connection that you have, and the need to understand that, to keep going, even when things don't look like they are landing in a way that you would expect or that you would like. The strength is very different. It doesn't have a lot to do with ego or physical strength, but it's more described as a warrior card, and someone who is very aware of their limitations. So the strength is special because it's a card that shows an ability to transcend the bounds of human ability. And it is not always about heroic achievements, right? It's not always about a battle of the minds or the battle of getting what you want, but it's more about exploration. It's more about the event itself and using creativity. And being able to weather any storm creatively, resourcefully. And so this connection may more so be about the experience than anything else. Because again, I do sense that there are, with the hangman, there are other possible outcomes that could be associated here. I'm going to go ahead and pull a couple of oracle cards from my Soul Mirror deck. This is an oracle deck. See if we can get a little more information about the nature of this connection. More information about the nature of this connection, Spirit, please and thank you. So this connection is really about learning. It's about learning through rejection and acceptance. It's really talking about this journey of growth and self-discovery. We're all called here to earth to learn through our own unique paths and our own soul evolution that we're given on this path that we've been set on, and everything that this physical realm offers. All of these lessons that come to us, especially the ones coming here through the mirroring happening with you and this person, they're coming our way so that we'll have opportunities to accelerate our soul growth. And we're being invited by Spirit to embrace them. They're like gifts coming in from the universe. As you can see on this card, it's like someone being led to a special place that they can't see. Someone has their eyes over her eyes, but she's trusting them to lead her to this gift, to this surprise from the universe. There may not be a lot of clarity with where you're being taken, but this leveling, this mirroring that's happening right now is one of the lessons along the way that's carrying you to that. Oops. This is one of the lessons that need to come in, because this is something that is constantly being reflected to you. And this is something that Spirit wants you to finally just embrace and appreciate and understand. It's not about rejection and it's not about acceptance, but it's about both of them. Rejection actually shows lessons around missed opportunities for inner healing and self-development. And the learning around that itself could be scary, overwhelming at first, but know that this is purposeful and there's something nurturing about this. And this is all about your evolution, not about options. Spirit is pointing out here that there's a difference between being rejected and having boundaries. And we're talking about what's within you. We're not talking about outside of yourself. Rejection really just kind of denies what's already within you, what's being reflected through this mirroring, what's crying out to be heard. On the other hand, boundaries actually draw a line, a non-attached line that is outside of you, just to clarify what it is that you do and what it is that you don't want to be brought into your space. These are the lessons that are being mastered here, even with this mirroring happening. And when that mastery happens, then these